Takealot broke into profitability for the first time last financial year, which is a nice place to be. So it's been a 10-year journey to profitability. While
Takealot is South Africa's biggest online retailer with no clear competitor. The company is estimated to be worth over billions of rands and has made over $500 million in the year 2022. In this video, we're going to be looking into the origins of Takealot, how the founder/CEO of the company knew that starting Takealot was going to be a home run, and by the time we get to the end of this video, you will have equipped yourself with the knowledge and the know-hows of what it takes to start $1 million company. Founder and launcher of Takealot, Reid, launched Takealot in June 2011, and just like any other or most big businesses, it too had humble beginnings at a warehouse in Montego, but it didn't stay that way for long. Today the company has about 25,000 people on its payroll. Back in the year 2000, Reid left Sony Music, where he was a financial director, joined MultiChoice as the company's CEO for about a year. These two companies already tells us that Reid was big on quality investment, which says a lot about Reid. In the year 2003, Reid joined MWeb, a well-known internet service provider, and assured them that they would broaden its focus more on business clients. The way technology has evolved today, the business would certainly be successful since Wi-Fi had become as common as the donkey wagon in the 1800s.
Seriously? Put it away.
Why whip out your dongle at the mall? Get MWeb's uncapped ADSL for $199 a month with free uncapped Wi-Fi, and you'll get a free ADSL router. Switch to MWeb. It only takes 15 minutes.
As Reid moved up the business ladder to being on the hierarchy of Naspers, he joined the MIH Africa, the department in business which held the online business Takealot in its hand. But before that could happen, a few acquisitions had to be made. While Mr. Reid was at Naspers, he started to notice the ever-growing market of the internet in South Africa, and when he looked into it more, he found sites such as Take2 and Kalahari.com that was selling small miscellaneous items like books and electronic devices online. Take2, the one that piqued his interest, was founded in 2002 by Neil Smith and operated the site with success, resulting in it growing its value every year. Then the Take2 site was later acquired by an investment firm called Tiger Global Management with an 83% stake, while Kim had 15% of its stake. And with Kim being the new CEO of Take2 with two other silent partners that owned the remaining 2%, it was time to make some changes. After the acquisition, 7 months to be specific, the CEO changed the company name from Take2 to Takealot due to trademark issues.
The whole issue of the name has really been a result of a trademark problem. Take2 has been going for 10 years. The trademark itself was actually registered in 1998 by someone else. We've been trying to negotiate to get the rights to actually use the trademark. Hasn't been possible, so we've gone to Takealot.
Although Take2 was a great name because it subconsciously enticed the customers to take at least two things off the site, Takealot was definitely better because this name definitely makes one believe that they can fill their cart with a lot. With the name issue solved, it was time to tackle the logistic issue, and that's where Mr. D comes in. Mr. D is a business or an app you've most likely heard about. A click of a button will result in food knocking at your door. In 2011, Takealot bought the minority of Mr. Delivery stakes before the company was shorted to Mr. D. They did this to speed up their goal of delivering ordered goods to their clients in the same day or in a few days. Early 2013, Mr. Delivery decided to split the company into two, the first one being the app-focused business we know and love known as Mr. D Food, and the second one being the Mr. D Courier, which is now called Takealot Delivery Team.
Another one was Mr. Delivery. So the Mr. Delivery business, which has become the backbone of our Takealot Delivery Team, which is our logistics functionality, has definitely put us in a really good place. And it wasn't an easy decision to take at the time.
Takealot received an investment of $100 million from its owner or co-owner, Tiger Global Management. They saw the potential the company had and helped it expand its online growth in South Africa during the year 2014. In October 2014, Takealot and Kalahari.com merged, and this allowed both businesses to serve their customers per usual during the festive season. After 7 months into the merger and 17 years of its existence, Kalahari closed its doors for an estimated price of about 1.2 billion rand.
By now, you would have definitely heard about the merger of South Africa's largest e-commerce sites, Kalahari and Takealot. But what's the thinking behind the deal, and will it be good for consumers in the long run?
Reid then started looking into other competitors, one of them being Superbalist, an online fashion retailer that was launched in 2010. And since Superbalist had been searching well and had little success compared to Takealot, Reid decided to invest in the business, and that investment in Superbalist resulted in it becoming Takealot's subsidiary along with Mr. D. And along the midst of Takealot acquiring this, fixing / making that better, Naspers, Africa's biggest tech company, decided to invest into Takealot as well. Kalahari gave up more than 40% of its Takealot stake to Naspers, and Naspers then decided to invest 900 million into Takealot, leaving Naspers in control of the e-commerce side, holding about 54% of its shares under its control. Later the very same year, Naspers bought Tiger Global's remaining stake in Takealot, and a small stake of shares were left in Takealot's management. Naspers buying into Takealot tells us that Takealot was saving nothing less than quality, and that could also be the reason why Takealot ran under a loss until the year 2020, because they care about providing quality for their customers and investors / shareholders.
Look, I think that's given us a head start, and we've also been incredibly fortunate with our investors. So we had Tiger Global early on.
They've given you hundreds of millions of rand.
So Tiger gave us funding and allowed us to be able to execute, and Naspers has taken over and does the same. So we've had really good backers.
And that brings us to today. Takealot has plenty of distribution centers in South Africa. These centers are displayed in Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal and other provinces around the country. This is a big shift from their humble beginnings, where they only had one warehouse in the Western Cape. The reason they were able to scale so fast was due to the money they had received from the investors. Now their distribution house in Johannesburg has over 4 million products in-house and dispatches about 10,000 parcels every hour. After a decade of being Takealot CEO, Reid decided that it will be best for him to step down and become the company's chairperson instead.
When I looked at the business and looked at the country and the dynamics within the country, I felt that it was time for me to not move out the business, remain in the business, but to bring somebody else in, which will bring possibly a different way of doing things, a different way of looking at things, as well as we've always believed in our business that diversity breeds strength.